Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I want to talk a little bit about living up to your own expectations as a blacksmith. Now this is something that I've struggled with quite a bit in my time and over my entire journey as a blacksmith, both when I did it as a hobby and now that I've done it as a profession, and also since I've become starting to teach, right? I've settled into doing teaching and doing online tutorials, things like that, and even in-person teaching and instructing. And I guess I hope that this will be a good encouragement out there to you, especially if you're just starting out, or maybe you're in that point where you are at a pivot point in your business where, you know, the products that you once thought were going to work out are not working out, and you need to do something different. Living up to our own expectations is very, very difficult. So let me put that out first and foremost. I have high expectations of myself, and I get really bummed out and depressed when I don't reach those expectations that I have set over myself. But this is where perspective comes into play, and that you have to back away and get that big picture of what's really going on. Just not in the world so much, but what's going on the whole scope of your entire life, right? Your entire lifespan, you're going to have an entire scope of things that you do. And then that's going to be interpreted by somebody long after you're dead and gone, right? So what you thought wasn't good enough, somebody else might just be absolutely over the moon with. And later on, they just count you as being one of the greatest blacksmiths on the face of this earth, or one of the greatest people, or however you choose that, you want to imagine yourself to be remembered. But it's very important when you're just starting out, or when you reach these inflection points in your life where you need to make a pivot and you make a turn. And I'm speaking to the camera, speaking to you all out there, as much as I'm trying to bounce these words back to myself. And that is that you got to take time and pull yourself out of that situation for a bit to get a good understanding of kind of where you're at. Human beings were never very good, we're never going to be good at foresight, right? But we are always really good at hindsight. Everybody says hindsight's 20/20, right? And everyone's heard that statement, at least here in the U.S. I don't know if that's something around globally. But the point is it's good to take time to reflect. It's good to get out of the shop. I have seen an unhealthy trend of people who get into blacksmithing, they start doing well, and I've done this myself, and you just kind of go, and you never give yourself a break. You don't remember that there's other things in life than blacksmithing, and that's really bad. It's bad for your creativity, it's bad for your health, it's bad for your anxiety, it's bad for your stress levels, things like that. So I would like to encourage everyone out there that if you struggle with these things too, to take time, go out, sit by a campfire, look at the stars, if you've got those in your area, go take and look up from time to time and realize how big and how massive everything is, and that a lot of those struggles, even the day-to-day struggles that you might be dealing with, are very small in comparison to the grand scope of things. Now that's not to diminish maybe the things that you're struggling with, maybe in the forge or in your life personally. That's not to diminish those and degrade those like they're not important. But what that is to do is it's to put them in check, put it in a balance, right? It's like, hey, all right, yes, this thing I have to work on. Yeah, that job didn't work out just right. That hammer that exploded or, cracked right in half that I had all those hours into, didn't work out. Those little things, they're so small and trivial, and by putting them in perspective, it changes your attitude, how you want to take and look at them. And it also will change your relationships with your customers, and it will change your relationships with your family as well when you start looking at the things on a lot larger scale. A lot of times you'll hear like online, health fitness gurus and gurus of all sorts, right? Well, they will tell you, like lifestyle coaches and stuff, They'll tell you to take and focus on the big picture. What's your 10-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? Things like that. And really all of that is an effort to get you to look out beyond yourself right now and in the moment. Because it may be a 180-degree day in the middle of summer and you're just sweating, the canaz is off, just like pouring down with sweat and nothing's going right for you. And you just feel like, man, what is the point of all this? And you want to give up. Right? And I'm speaking to people who may be doing this as a business and like, man, there's a lot of easier things I can do. When you step back, you'll start realizing why you love it, why you torture yourself in a, 100-degree day with 90% humidity in a shop that's, 140 effectively all day. Why you torture yourself that way. It's because secretly deep down you love it. You love that creativity that you get to express, like I do. I love the creativity I get to express. Same way, you might be living in the Antarctic or the Arctic, or like me, northern Michigan. And it gets cold in the winter, and you might have snow stuck to the side of your face and beard, right? And you be like, gee whiz, what am I doing this for, right? Like, I can go take me a desk job somewhere. You love it. You love the story. You can wax romantic about it, right? Like, you can tell it's stories that you could tell your children someday, right? When they're all, or your grandkids someday, when they're complaining about how life is screwed up or whatever for them, you can be like, you don't know the half of it, grandsonny, right? There's stuff like that, and that's why we love it. Human beings, we were not meant to be just straight cut and dry type people, like everything in soundbite, like YouTube likes to put us in sometimes, like, or what you see people do. A lot of times that's the thing on social media. You get to just see bite-sized chunks of people, but you don't get to see the story, right? We don't slow down enough to actually hear the entire story of what makes a person or a human being what they are today. And that's something that I hope to change a little bit on the channel as I go forward on YouTube and here on YouTube. So there might be some changes coming up here soon. Hopefully everyone will stick with it, but I hope to take people more on a journey with me in the craft. And that's something I've been struggling to do for a while, just because life and business and things happen. But that's just something that I want to kind of focus on going towards the end of 2020 here at the recording of this video and into 2021. I really want to focus on not only just letting my Ironworks speak for itself, but to be able to show that process of being inspired, what inspired me to make the piece that I'm working on, and how it relates to the way I chose to actually forge that item. So if that interests you, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and jingly bell, all that business for all the notifications. If you are one of our long-time term supporters, whatever you want to call it, Jessica and I really like to thank you for all the many years that you've been with us here on this channel. And if you are new or if you've been around a while and you want to support what we do, you can always check out one of our plans, our blacksmith tooling plans, or ebooks that we have over at our website, blacksmithpdfs.com. There'll be a link for that down in the description. So that's it. Without further ado, God bless each and every last one of you. Remember, start looking at the bigger picture and find those things to be passionate about in your work each and every day. So, till next time, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.